My friend, today's story is something straight out of a movie. Only this time, the set is Africa, and the actor, a man so mysterious he could sell rain to the clouds. He's been seen shaking hands with presidents, smiling next to ministers, and walking into palaces like he owns the key to the continent. But behind that perfect suit and charming smile, kuna kitu. There's a shadow of fraud, power, and charm all mixed in one man's story. Who is he really? How did he get this close to Africa's most powerful leaders? And most importantly, how does he keep getting away with it? Stay with me, because this isn't your regular political gossip. This is the real behind the scenes of influence, deception, and charisma. Let's unpack 10 shocking facts about the mysterious man who's become the whisper in every presidential corridor. First things first, this man doesn't just have one name. Hapana. He has many. Depending on where he's spotted, he could be a businessman, philanthropist, or foreign consultant. In Nigeria, he's Mr. Investor. In Kenya, he's the advisor to the big men. In Tanzania, he's the guy everyone swears they saw at State House, but no one knows what he was doing there. His identity is like a magic trick. The moment you think you figured him out, he changes character. And that's the genius. He's mastered the art of blending in. He talks just enough politics to sound smart, just enough business to sound rich, and just enough humility to sound innocent. But my people, a man with too many names often has too many secrets. And trust me, fact 2 shows just how deep those secrets go. Now here is where things start getting spicy. This guy doesn't shout to be heard. He whispers to be trusted. He's not the one giving speeches. He's the one writing them. Behind some of those presidential smiles and strategic partnerships, he's the quiet brain whispering ideas that sound too good to be true because they usually are. He's the kind of man who can walk into a meeting full of generals, laugh once, and suddenly everyone wants his number. You see, in East Africa, charm can open more doors than credentials. And this man's charm? It's industrial strength. One former official even joked he could convince a crocodile to become vegetarian. That's the level of charisma we are talking about. But charm without truth is like chai without sugar. Useless. And in fact 3, we see how that sweetness turned bitter. Let's be real. When someone moves this smoothly around power, mashaka lazima yatokee. Investigations across multiple countries have linked him to high-level fraud and shady business deals. We are talking fake investment firms, forged documents, and promises of millions that vanished like morning dew. He presents himself as a man of wealth, private jets, designer suits, expensive watches. But behind the glamour is a trail of lawsuits, unpaid partners, and broken promises. In one case, he even posed as a special envoy for an African president. Imagine, a fake diplomat shaking hands with real leaders. It's the kind of boldness that makes you ask, is he fearless or just crazy? But wait, before you call him a villain, hold on. Fact 4 will make you see why so many people still defend him even after all these red flags. Now here is where psychology meets politics. This man's secret weapon isn't money, it's presence. When he walks into a room, people listen. When he talks, they nod. He has that natural udugu energy. You feel like you've known him forever, even if you just met. He mixes confidence with humility, jokes with authority, and just the right touch of flattery. He'll call a president brother, a minister chief, and a journalist, my friend, all in one breath. And before you know it, everyone's relaxed, and he's already 2 steps ahead. People say he's like a walking charm spell. Even those who know his record admit, lakini huyu mtu ana roho nzuri somehow. And maybe that's his biggest weapon. He makes you forget logic. But don't let that smile fool you, because behind every charm is a chessboard. And in Fact 5, we see how he plays the game better than most politicians themselves. When it comes to connections, this man's phone book could make an ambassador jealous. From Dar es Salaam to Abuja, from Nairobi to Johannesburg, he knows somebody everywhere. He's attended state dinners, political fundraisers, private weddings, even religious conferences, all in the name of collaboration. He positions himself as the bridge between business and politics, a connector, a continental fixer. But as one Tanzanian journalist put it, sometimes bridges lead to the wrong destination. Because through those same networks, he's managed to secure deals that mysteriously collapse, always leaving him untouched. He understands the power of proximity. The closer he stands to power, the safer he becomes. And that's how he keeps floating, even when scandals try to sink him. But my friend, if you think this is the end of the story, you haven't seen anything. Because in Fact 6, the mask starts to crack, and the truth behind this man's rise begins to show.
Eventually, even the smoothest lies ran out of fuel. Word began spreading, whispered at diplomatic dinners, echoed in boardrooms, that maybe, just maybe, our mysterious man wasn't what he claimed. Reporters started digging. Old photos resurfaced, showing him in different countries under different titles. One week he's advisor to the president. The next he's special envoy for trade. Bwana, who changes professions faster than a border rider dodging traffic? When the pressure mounted, he vanished for months, only to reappear with another project. That's when people realized his greatest skill wasn't disappearing. It was reinvention. But you see, once a mask cracks, it never fits the same again. Fact 7 shows how his past began catching up faster than his lies could run. Investigative journalists from Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria finally compared notes, and what they found looked like a movie script written by a con artist with a PhD. Fake companies registered in multiple countries, millions moved through offshore accounts, and diplomatic letters that, surprise, turned out to be self-signed. When he was confronted, he smiled and said, my brother, these are jealous people tarnishing success. Classic. But the evidence was louder than the charm. One Tanzanian analyst laughed, saying, huyu jamaa anadanganya paka calculator inachanganyikiwa. Still, even with mounting proof, he somehow kept landing new deals. So how does a man survive every scandal? Fact 8 exposes the secret formula behind his unstoppable charisma. In politics, money buys attention, but charisma buys protection. And this man has both in abundance. He doesn't beg for trust, he engineers it. He'll show up at charity events, sponsor small causes, and speak about African unity with that perfect emotional pitch. Kila mtu anasema, this guy loves Africa. Until the check bounces. He knows exactly how to appeal to ego, call a leader visionary, praise a minister's transformative agenda, and boom, he's invited to dinner. It's manipulation disguised as admiration. Even after being exposed, people still say, lakini, he means well. Charm can be more addictive than money, my friend. But when charm collides with exposure, the stage lights get harsh. Fact 9 is where our continental fixer finally faces the public glare. When media houses across Africa published his fraud timeline, the illusion was shattered. No more VIP seats, no more red carpet smiles. He tried to fight back with long statements about misunderstanding and propaganda, but the evidence was already viral. Governments began distancing themselves, deleting photos, removing his name from advisory boards. Speed ya moto. Yet even in downfall, he never lost his composure. He told one reporter, "Scandals don't scare me, they shape me." That line trended for days. It showed one thing. He might lose credibility, but never confidence, a true performer to the end. And that takes us to fact 10, the biggest twist of all. Because even after the fall, somehow he is rising again. Just when everyone thought he was finished, he returned, smoother, calmer, calling himself a leadership coach. Only in Africa can rebranding look like resurrection. He launched new foundations, changed his look, and started giving TED-style talks about integrity in leadership. Oh, the irony. But people watched. Some even believed him again. Because Africa loves a redemption story. And this man knows it. Whether you call him a conman or a genius, one thing is clear. He is the mirror of our times, where charisma often wins before truth arrives. His story teaches us that every handshake has a backstory, and every smile a strategy. And now, as the smoke clears, one question remains. Who's the next mysterious man walking the corridors of power? So basi watazamaji, you've heard it yourself. The mysterious man, the frauds, the fame, and the unbelievable comeback. It's both comedy and caution combined in one African reality show. But beyond the laughter is a truth we can't ignore. Power always attracts pretenders. Next time you see someone posing too close to the big men, don't just clap. Ask questions. Because as we've seen, a good suit and sweet accent can hide a dangerous hustle. If this story made you think, smile, or even shout, huyu mtu ni noma kabisa, then do the right thing. Like, share, and subscribe to Global Pulse Newz. Here we tell the stories others whisper. And remember, we're not just a channel, we're a family. Support our sister channels too. At Sparkling Kids for fun, learning, and laughter for little ones, and at Raima Fatima, where family entertainment shines bright. Let's grow together as one voice, one rhythm, one Africa. Josie Kamali out.